morning everyone, here from amazing Dubrovnik in Croatia. Starting the video off on our balcony. We're staying at this really amazing accommodation because look at the views that we're getting. Absolutely beautiful, the perfect weather day. So on the other side of those mountains is Bosnia, another country, and then down there you can see the sea. So also very close to the sea and some beaches. So this place is called Franco and Rocco apartment. It's 65 euros a day, so an amazing price. We're staying a bit outside of the old town. It's very expensive there, and we're getting these awesome views anyway. So yeah, it's looking great so far. It's the main living room. Get some light in here. So that's the same balcony you can access from here or from the bedroom. Been able to do some cooking because we got the kitchen, and then the bathrooms there. Carol's there at the moment. Also has really good internet, and AC is very hot right now. So now we're gonna head to a pretty secluded beach that I think you can only get to by car and a bit of a hike. It's supposed to be one of the most beautiful ones around here, and then after that we're gonna check out the old fortified town. So this is the beach that we've come to, however you pronounce that, Ajaka. So this is the little coastal walk that we got to do. Once again, it was so extremely beautiful. The drive here, easily one of the nicest countries that we've ever driven in. Look at that for some beautiful views. Pretty much a vertical drop from the cliff. I think it is going to be busy though, because it is a Saturday and there was so much traffic. We were actually in like a traffic jam, not because of this beach specifically. There's many different beaches on the way, but there was a lot of cars in the car park, and I think it's only a small beach.
Should I jump?
Jump and swim back to the beach around there. I bet some crazy person that's probably actually jumped from here.
Wow.
Yeah, that colour. It was quick, it was only like a 2 or 3 minute walk. We're not there yet though. Looks like there's still about 2 more minutes. That might be the nicest shade of water that we've seen in Croatia so far though. Especially near the beach. Wow. Gotta go through like a little rock tunnel. Carol, how did you find this beach anyway?
On Google Maps, I was just like searching for,
Clicking around as usual.
around, and I found this one.
A pretty unique entrance. I remember in Greece sometimes having some entrances like this to some of the beaches. There's a tiny beach though. Have to try and find a good spot. I guess there's some local fishermen that come here from the village nearby. I don't know if there is any other sandy areas around this coast. I think it's just mainly cliff. Ah, this must be to lift up the boat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. Looks rusty. Carol always thinks it's cold.
Yeah.
I always think it's nice. Yeah, so this beach is a bit of a sandy one too. It's like a mixture. Can't even see the top of the cliff from here. I said it reminded us of Greece. It's a bit like Corfu.
Yeah, the coast that we've been driving around from Split to here is a bit like Corfu.
Very green.
Yeah, very green and mountainous. Also beautiful, just like Corfu.
Yeah, I just noticed that there's a little mini beach there. That family's got their own private beach. Looking forward to tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be doing a boat tour.
Be a full-on beach day.
Yeah, and island hopping.
Yeah, island hopping day. So it's around midday now. We're heading out to have lunch. There's actually a lot of people heading out right now, so the beach is a bit more quiet. But before we head to Dubrovnik Old Town, we're going to talk about the sponsor of this video, Olafly, which is an eSIM provider throughout the world. So an eSIM is a virtual SIM card, meaning that you don't need to buy a physical one in the destinations that you visit.
Olafly offers eSIMs in over 180 destinations in the world, and we've used them before quite a few times around Asia, also in Middle East and in Europe, and we're using it again here in Croatia.
And they also have unlimited data plans in over 120 destinations. So they have multiple different kind of packages that you can choose from. We could have chose a plan that's just for Croatia, but since we're here in Europe for 2 months in multiple countries, you're able to choose a Europe plan, which is a lot more suitable for us, because that way we don't have to keep trying to find a new internet provider in each country. We just get the one plan and it's just going to work the entire 2 months. Don't need to modify anything.
And the Olafly eSIM is very easy to set up. You just buy it on their website, and then they instantly send you an email with the QR code, and then you just scan the QR code and you have the eSIM already set up in your phone.
And one of the major benefits is you can set it up before you even arrive in the country. So the moment you get out of the plane, you already have internet. So in the video description below, we have the link to Olafly that also gives you 5% off with our discount code Jumping Places. So we've arrived in the incredible Old Town. So that's inside there actually, we're just on the outside. The amazing fortified walls. Those are supposed to have been built between the 11th and 17th century. They're a beast. Also a beach here, I didn't know there was a beach right next to the wall. And there's another fort there, that's a different one that you can visit. I don't think we'll be visiting that one today though. Just the main one over there. So this place is tourist overload, as expected. I actually read somewhere that for every resident there's 36 tourists here. It's supposed to be like one of the most touristy places in the world. I think you can go to a viewpoint up there. There's a cable car. That'd be pretty cool too. Get a nice view. You also got people doing the wall walk. All the sites said that's like the #1 thing to do in the fort. Walk along the wall. I think you can walk pretty much all the way outside of it. Yeah, this is already looking completely unbelievable. just from the entrance.
Reminds me a bit of Rhodes.
Rhodes, yeah. That was a big fortified city, wasn't it? Rhodes, Greece. So straight from the entrance, the beautiful churches. Probably one of the coolest fountains that I've seen. It's like a dome fountain. Croatia has like really pure drinking water naturally. You can drink that water straight from here. And this is the main walking street. We actually didn't come by car, by the way, because parking I think is like €6 per hour. So it was actually cheaper to just get an Uber. Uber here was €10, it'll be 10 back. But that's only €20. But we're gonna be here for over, I don't know, like 5-6 hours, I guess.
Yeah, probably, or maybe more, I don't know, until the end of the day.
Yeah, so we'd be spending way more than €20 on parking. And we also don't have to deal with parking, so that's good, easier. So we chose a place on this little alleyway, just off the main road, back there. Konoba Pizzeria Gagetta. I don't think I'm gonna go for a pizza this time though. Margarita, $14.50. So beef seems to be the most expensive. Everything around €35. Chicken's usually cheaper. Yeah, chicken breast, $19.50. I think Carol's probably gonna go for the fish.
Yeah, sea bass.
Fish fillet sea bass, $23.50. So I ended up going for that chicken dish, $19.50. I think in the tourist places we're usually spending about €50-60.
Yeah, per meal. And that's not choosing the most expensive food options.
That's
like,
usually the cheaper options.
yeah. And we only drink like water, no juice or alcohol. Food is quite pricey here.
Yeah, in the touristy places. But that's also because of the sparkly water. I think that's like €6.50. In the supermarket, I think it's just around €3, so way more here. But while we're on our road trip, sometimes we're passing through like local villages, and when we eat there, sometimes it's just around €25 to €30 for the two of us. So it's like literally half the price, and basically the same kind of food. I actually think in those villages it's more food.
Yeah, more food, yeah. One day we stopped at a place and there were many like construction guys eating, and they eat a lot, so we know when we see a construction guy in a restaurant, it means it's a lot of food.
Yeah, it's usually affordable and big portions for the builders. And we're gonna make our way to the wall walk now. We just found out that it's actually at the entrance that we came through, so we've got to walk all the way back. We also just saw that there was a restaurant that had a set meal for €15, so that would have been a lot cheaper. So we've aborted the plan to do the wall walk because we saw that it's €35 per person, so that would be €70 for the both of us. So on this trip we have been spending quite a lot to do different attractions. Like the waterfall that we went to was 40 per person. I think that day we spent like 100 with the parking.
Yeah, it's being more expensive than we expected. I think if you come in the winter, it's a lot cheaper. Like the wall here, I think it should be €15 during the winter season.
So it's 20 more.
Yeah, and also the waterfall was 10 during winter.
Yeah, that was €30 more per person.
A big difference. So maybe if we had known, we would probably come for the beaches only during summer and then for the cities and attractions during winter. Maybe that's the cheapest option.
Yeah, we mentioned in that waterfall video that the prices do seem to be so high. It seems like they're kind of milking it a bit. Like for example in Rhodes we mentioned the wall walk there. I think that was €6 per person, and that was also including like a museum visit, things like that. But there's actually multiple groups arriving, then looking at the sign, and then they were all like, what the hell?
Yeah, many people were giving up because of the price. And we thought about going to the teleferic
Cable car
thing, and then it's also €35, and I gave up on that too. So we're not sure we're gonna do it now. Maybe go to the beach, or
maybe that other fort. I think it's cheaper.
Yeah.
So if you're a Game of Thrones fan, you might recognize the stairs, the Jesuit stairs, also known as the Walk of Shame, because there is a scene in the Game of Thrones where one of the characters has to like walk through here naked, and all the locals are throwing food at her, things like that. Have you seen Game of Thrones?
No. I think many people hate me for that, but I tried watching like 1 or 2 episodes, but I just
couldn't get into it.
Yeah, and then I gave up.
No, I think I only saw 3 seasons, so I don't think I saw that scene in the episodes that I watched, but I have seen it on YouTube, so I know what they're referring to, the Walk of Shame. So at the back of the fort, there's actually a gate where you can go through the wall. So they actually have a bar here on the outside, and you can swim down there. We might do that again. Cool, check out how close that island is. I don't know if that's one of the ones that we'll be visiting on the island hopping tour. Cool, this must be one of the other main entrances. Ah, this is where the harbor is.
Yeah, I think this is the place that we're getting the boat tour from tomorrow.
We gotta come here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's one of these ones here. I think tomorrow our boat tour is gonna be on a boat like this though. A bigger one, not these mini ones. That one says glass bottom boat. Probably it'd be pretty good to have a glass bottom boat since the water's so clear in Croatia.
Fish, some fish around there.
Lots of little fish. So this fort is called Lovrijenac. It's €15 per person to enter. It's quite a small one, I think. Looks like there was some sort of event here. Cool place for an event. So it seems like someone's getting married back there, or saying their vows. Beautiful location with the city in the background. Trying to find some information about this place. There's no signs so far in Croatia. Almost everywhere has had signs. The cannonballs. Good luck moving that. Good location to take out the enemies. What are you reading?
It's the other way around. Roman.
Yeah, it says Nova.
Latin. Might be Latin.
It looks Latin. I don't know, Nova in Portuguese, which is from Latin, means new. Yeah, definitely worth coming up here for the view though. You can see the entire thing. And the beach down there. Got the bonus wedding. So Dubrovnik has an interesting history because from around the 1300s to the 1800s it was called the Republic of Ragusa, and it was like an independent state. During some of that time the major powers were the Ottomans to the east and also the Venetians to the west, and it seems like they were able to stay independent because they became a tributary of the Ottoman Empire, so they'd have to pay like an annual fee. And with that annual fee they'd be protected by the Ottomans, but they were allowed to do everything independently, so they completely ruled here independently. And I think that also kept the Venetians at bay from invading here, because they'd have to deal with the Ottomans instead. So that's very unique for this region, because pretty much all the other places were taken over by the major powers, but here they were able to stay independent for so long. But that did end because of Napoleon. In the 1800s, France invaded, and then yeah, it was no longer. And at its height, it did actually rival Venice as one of the major seaports in the Mediterranean. So we did find out that you can get a kind of day pass that is 35 euros, and that allows you to visit quite a few of the attractions here. I think this fort is also included. So if you were planning on visiting everywhere, 35 is actually a pretty good deal. The only problem is if you're like us, where you just wanted to visit one, the wall walk, you'd be forced to pay the same price as the day pass. They could have reduced it a bit, like 25-20 or something. Would have probably done it then. So we ended up not going to the beach because we watched Croatia instead.
Yeah, everybody was watching it, like all the bars were full, but we found one. It was kind of a local bar, but unfortunately Croatia lost. I think it was 3-0.
Oh.
Yeah, Croatia lost 3-0, but we came now to this cliff place again to see the sunset, and everybody's jumping like crazy.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Crazy jumps.
Yeah, we're not going to be doing that. I don't think we get the full sunset here. I think the sun's going behind the rocks. Whoa! Everybody's jumping. Yeah, so this is the same spot that we came to earlier. People were jumping from there before though. I think this place is higher.